Hello, and welcome to something a little different. This is the worst Cuphead ripoff dev ever. I have no idea what's in store for this. I've never seen this guy before. This is by uhyeah, and I just finished playing Mouse PI for Hire a couple days ago. Actually, I think it was like a week ago now. So be sure to check that series out as well. It was really fun, really good. But I love Cuphead. I love Mouse PI for Hire, and I love the entire art style of Rubber Hose. So I figured this would be interesting to take a look at. So let's see what it has in store for us. Also, chat, say hi.
Is supposed to get some kind of free DLC later this year. Wow, can you believe it? You might get 2 Cuphead videos in 1 year, neither of which are actually about Cuphead. And now,
oh god.
In conclusion, 1 video later. Hey everyone, so...
Oh no, it's a furry.
accidentally spawned the Enchanted Portals update into existence last video. Because only a few weeks after it came out, with pretty much no warning, the free DLC actually dropped.
What is this?
Which, I'm not gonna lie,
it's not even Rubber Hose.
It was never gonna happen. So, what do I think of it? Listen, I think the existence of the update is better than nothing.
Oh wow, this is a blatant ripoff.
To address most of the issues with the game. The main meat of the update is 2 new boss fights that are sort of just awkwardly put into their own section on the main menu. One of these is really bland and has very shallow gameplay.
Holy
and the other is
shit.
pretty creative, all things considered, but a little too easy. There's a few other things here, like tweaks to the running gun level so that they're a little bit shorter, but
Wait. This just looks like, if you hold on, I need to get the fucking picture. This just looks like Jetpack Joyride. It looks like the lab in Jetpack Joyride. Am I crazy? Hold on. Yeah, it kind of does. Kind of being the keyword. There we go. Look at this. It looks like the hallway in Jetpack Joyride. What the fuck? It's very similar. It's like legally distinct Jetpack Joyride hallway. What the fuck is this? Also, let me make the subtitles a little smaller.
Still, is this the update that Enchanted Portals really needed?
Fucking
it just feels
Cuphead.
like the effort was put into the wrong places here. So yeah, I really was going to make a full video on this
so
update
blatant.
originally, but I think it'd just be beating a dead horse at this point. Well...
Or a dead mug.
No second Cuphead ripoff video for this year. You can all go home now, just don't look at the remaining runtime on the way out. Alright, so clearly this video isn't actually about Enchanted Portals. Yeah. So what are we doing here? Well...
This just looks like Grim Matchstick. Like the Grim Matchstick boss fight, kind of. Like very loosely. Because it's got the dude on the right throwing things at you while you're standing on floating platforms.
This video isn't actually about Enchanted Portals. So what are we doing here?
It's like almost the same animations.
When all hope seemed lost for the second Cuphead video, an angel came down from the heavens and gave us this, and I do not say this lightly, generational tweet. My game is good, the algorithm just ignores me.
Dude. My game is good, my ass. This is like Babby's first side-scroller. Wait, hold on. That's the nail from Hollow Knight. And then you have... Oops, sorry. And you've got like legally distinct Cuphead Knight character. It looks like your generic Crusader type helmet on Cuphead. As if he got like an armor upgrade. And then this background is literally the first run and gun level of Cuphead. I play the game way too much. Wait, it's called Toon Souls. That's just pathetic. And the music is terrible.
Chills, bro. Chills.
Chills.
Okay, but in all seriousness,
absolute cinema.
Pretty damn viral a few weeks back. And it's probably the most attention a Cuphead ripoff has seen since, well, probably Enchanted Portals. And that was all the way
because
back
it's terrible.
in 2023. While this tweet is very funny on its own,
oh my
there's actually a lot more going on here than you may think at first glance. In fact, there's an entire rabbit hole linked to this game and its developer. And hey, You! Yeah, you! I know.
Sorry, Jesus. I did nothing.
Go and harass the developer because of my video.
That's literally Grim Matchstick. That is Grim Matchstick gender swapped. Hold on. Let me grab Grim Matchstick. I know Grim Matchstick by name because he's one of the most annoying bosses in Cuphead. This is Grim Matchstick. This is Toon Souls. Grim Matchstick, Toon Souls. It's the same thing. They just took Grim Matchstick and made it rounded and ugly and a woman. Wait, don't read into that too much.
I do not support that shit. And even if they've done
I agree.
some
Don't
stuff
go harassing
that does
people.
absolutely deserve to be called out, that doesn't mean you should then make it your mission to harass them. Got it?
I agree.
Okay, as I was saying.
Listen to
there's
this
some crazy
guy.
shit we're gonna talk about today. So, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between, strap in. This is a video about plagiarism, allegations,
Wait.
everyone in between, strap in.
You
This
can't
is a
get
video
that. You
about
can't sneak that past me. That's literally fucking Solaire. That is Solaire. Praise the sun. Mashallah, brother. That is Solaire from Dark Souls 1. What the fuck? That is fucking blatant. How did they not get copyright? Like, how is that not infringing on copyright? I guess because it's legally distinct. It's not a one-to-one from Dark Souls 1. It's not actually Solaire's model.
Allegations, some of the worst.
Wait, what did
Strap
that
in.
say?
This is
I
a
saw
video
AI.
about plagiarism,
Everyone will use AI. Those who don't will be marginalized in society. Those who don't will... What drugs is this man using, and where can I find them to be this fucking delusional? What? Also, why does he keep repeating things? Like, he was repeating the same thing here. He repeated the same thing in his other tweet. What is happening with this man? Is he okay? Do we need to send help?
allegations, some of the worst video
It's like
games
Tommy
ever
two times,
uploaded
two
to
times.
Steam, fucking pinball for some reason, and the biggest controversy the Cuphead ripoff space has seen in years. This is Toon Souls. Also, don't forget to subscribe, because
Yes.
I know you aren't Daniel, or Kyle, or whatever your name is. Okay.
Exactly.
so
Go
you're
subscribe to this
What
guy.
the hell even is
Go check out the
Toon
original
Souls
video,
anyway?
link in the
Let's take
description.
it back to early 2024. Specifically
did
around the
nothing.
time I released my video about Rubber Hose Rampage.
No! Oh, wrong button. That's just the Queen Bee from Cuphead 2. I mean, it's not. It's a shitty version, and that's Steamboat Willie. That's Steamboat Willie. Well, it's Mickey Mouse, but I bet they would be calling it Steamboat Willie to make it legally distinct. And I get it, it's a pea shooter. I get it, because the first gun you get in Cuphead is called a pea shooter. Oh my god.
Rampage. Prior to this, I had
How
only
do these
made one
things
other
exist?
Cuphead related video. So with the release of this new one, it created a standard that I might continue to cover more ripoffs in
How
the
do
future.
people just
This
have
little
no
factoid
imagine-
caught the attention of a
This is
certain
offensive.
up-and-coming developer in the Cuphead ripoff scene. That being the Toon Souls guy. I have no idea what else to call him, so we're gonna go with that.
How do people
The
have
Toon
this
Souls
little
guy,
creativity?
seeing my coverage of Rubber Hose Rampage, decided to @ me on Twitter like 4 or 5 different times with the same exact trailer for his game, Toon Souls. Zero exaggeration here, by the way. If you go
God,
to his
this is
account and search
ugly.
tweets of his that include my Twitter @ the entire list of tweets is just this trailer and a bunch of hearts replying to random tweets that were replying to me. Eventually, I took notice of this and decided to play along a little bit. So I quote retweeted one of his trailer posts and left it at that.
And Never-ending Nightmare
Talk about
continues.
this trailer for a little bit, since it is kind of what started this whole thing. I don't have much to say about it. I mean, it's literally just footage of a Cuphead clone that focuses on the worst parts of Cuphead, the running gun
run and gun
stages.
levels, yeah.
So basically just enchant.
If you haven't played Cuphead, the run and gun stages are the worst. Not only are they just kind of uninteresting and boring, but they're also the hardest and most unfair things in the entire game. Especially in the third Inkwell aisle. I hate those ones. The ones in the first aisle, they're okay. Ones in the second aisle, they're starting to get pretty bad. Third aisle, I would rather not do them again if I could. I hated doing those. But the fact it's all running guns, you done fucked something. Because Cuphead is all about the bosses. Cuphead lives and dies by how good the bosses are. So to make it all run and guns, you clearly misunderstood something.
Enchanted portals, but probably worse. Cool. Shout out to the part of the trailer where there's a big-ass dragon along with a bunch of copy-paste, smaller versions of the same fucking dragon.
Yeah, at least the other one had, like,
Anyway, after
some form of
Toon
creativity.
Souls, I pretty much completely forgot about it up until the recent viral tweet brought it to the mainstream. However, something
God.
kind of interesting happened
This hurts
in between
me.
my tweet and the viral tweet. And this
'Cause I
is
love
where the
Cuphead.
controversy starts to unfold. Some of you watching at home may find the entire idea of Toon Souls to be a little familiar. And I'm not just talking about how it's, like, kind of a Dark Souls parody. And I mean, we're using that very lightly.
Yeah, I was about to say kind of is a little
Souls with
loose.
a green dragon with cartoonish lipstick and small evil clones. No. You may think this whole thing feels familiar because the idea isn't exactly original. On November 24th,
No way! Sharkface Soy Pog. It's not original?
2017,
Who would have thought?
only a few months
God, look how
after
beautiful this game
Cuphead,
is.
The YouTube channel 64 Bits uploaded an animation parody simply titled Cup Souls, which is actually a parody of Dark Souls in the style of Cuphead.
Okay,
And
this actually looks good. You can tell. I just saw Smo's nips. They're flowers. Got the sag titties. Look at little face. Like, this is cool. This is following the art style. It's the same. It's got the rubber hose style animation. This looks good. Genuinely, this looks good.
it's really charming. The
Yeah.
animation is done in a way that makes it look like real gameplay, but it's actually just a very impressive mock-up. The description
Yeah,
even
it's
says,
really well done.
before you ask, no, this is not actual gameplay. It never will be a game.
Oh, is
but one
that
can dream,
Sif?
right?
It
So
is.
at this point, you can probably
That's
see where
really
I'm
cool.
going with
And your
this,
Phylic
but hold on now.
Shrine.
Let's not throw around any crazy accusations here. It's not like Toon Souls literally plagiarized a scene from the Cup Souls animation, beat for beat, bar for bar, right? Right?
Huh, this looks a little bit familiar. Yeah, it's definitely not just the Catacombs of Carthus from Dark Souls 3. Let me copy your homework
To be
meme.
fair, pretty much
Fucking
everything
screenshot
else
of
in
it, it's
Toon
great.
Souls that we have seen is not taken from the Cup Souls video. But this one single section being the exact same is enough evidence to prove what's really going on here. The Toon Souls guy wanted to make a Cuphead ripoff, saw this banger concept animation with 7 million views,
Yeah.
and just decided to steal it.
I've genuinely never seen this Dark Souls Cuphead spin-off parody. It looks really good. I wish it existed. I would play the shit out of it. Man, that's kind of a shame now that it doesn't exist. Also, let me...
Coming up with an original idea. It's really that
And you got
simple.
the
Now,
crown. I
you'd
can't remember
think
that
that's
guy's
where
name.
the story ends in regards to 64 bits and their animation. But in between my tweet and the viral one, they actually found out about this project and made a couple tweets about it. On May
Oh.
9th, 2024, the Toon
they
Souls
say?
guy posted a clip of the stolen skeleton ball segment that I just showed you, which is something he does very often actually. I think like 90% of this account is just posting the
my
same clip
God.
over and over. Anyway, someone who saw this
Could you imagine if I reposted the same, like, 3 videos every couple of days? Or, like, 3 times a day? That would drive you all insane. Like, I repost the same short over and over and over and over again. That would drive you crazy, wouldn't it? That would drive you crazy, wouldn't it?
immediately recognized it as being based on the Cup Souls animation, and replied to the clip with a very lighthearted tweet asking 64 bits to
Oh
work
god, they're making Cup Souls real. And 64-bits animation, come help this man with making an
on the
animation.
animation for the game. Which, like, yeah.
That would be
It
pretty
cool if
sick.
The people who actually made the original animation got any sort of chance to work on this. That would just be a win for everybody, right?
Yeah, that'd be
The
awesome.
Toon Souls guy then responded to this tweet, basically just shilling his game. But a little bit later, 64 bits themselves responded to this tweet. What did they say, you may be wondering? Oh, nothing. Just that the dev fucking already blocked them. Okay, let me get this.
He knew what they would do. He knew this
nothing.
dev knew what
Just
they
that
were
the dev
doing.
fucking
What did they
already-
say? We couldn't even if we wanted. How fucking shameless do you have to be to already block the creators of the person you're stealing from before you even have a conversation? You knew what you were doing. You just didn't want to get caught, and you got fucking caught. This is like a kid with their hand in the cookie jar. You done fucked it up. The crumbs are around your mouth. You're not getting away with this one.
Already blocked them. Okay, let me get this straight. Not only did this guy take the entire concept for this game from 64 bits down to an individual section being identical, but they also
Just completely
went out of their way
worse.
to block 64
So much
bits
worse.
when they rightfully called them out on it. You seriously
He copied assets and concepts we made without even letting us know. We had nothing to do with the project. And when people started tagging us, thinking we said, what? And when people started tagging us, thinking we did, oh, comma, dude, comma, comma after thinking we did, please. Thinking we did, we said, hey, that's not cool. And we get blocked, haha. There's a lot of pain behind that, haha.
can't make this shit up. I don't even know what to say anymore.
This is
and the
genuinely 64 bits have a very good opportunity for a lawsuit because this person has copied the art style, copied what they've done frame by frame. They have clearly infringed on art they've made. Granted, you could claim it's under copyright. It's under fair use because it's somewhat different, but you can also argue that it is pretty much the exact fucking same. You can pull up the side-by-side videos and see, hey, these look incredibly similar. And then, you know, they get what they deserve. That being punishment.
cherry on top of all of this is that the other guy in the
I feel I should note, I do not condone the use or abuse of copyright striking or, you know, suing people over copyrighted material, but I feel like in this case it is justified. It is incredibly blatant.
this thread that brought this to 64-bit's attention also got blocked in the middle of everything because of course he did. Like, what are we doing?
Also,
So, yeah,
it is
the middle-
illegal that they have. Why do you have it on bright mode, white mode, whatever the fuck it's called? Why? Put it on dark mode, please.
of everything because of fucking course he did. Like, what are we doing? So yeah, that's pretty much the bulk of the plagiarism controversy. Just a whole mess. But don't think we're done just yet. We still have to talk about the tweet.
The tweet? What is the tweet?
On Halloween of this year,
I just realized he's been using Cuphead's music the entire time because the song that's just about to play is Railroad Wrath. I love the Cuphead songs, they're so good.
the legendary "My game is good, the algorithm just
Oh,
ignores
this one,
me"
right.
tweet was posted and proceeded to rack up almost 50 million views. It's probably over 50 million views right now. I haven't checked in like 2 days. It's probably a fucking
That's
lot,
more
though.
views than my entire channel has.
As to why this specific tweet blew up the way it did. Obviously, the caption in contrast with the gameplay clip is very funny, but the overall quality of Toon Souls looking a little rough, mixed with the Cuphead influence that 99%
Yeah, it
of
doesn't
people are
look
going to
good.
see and immediately write off as just being bootleg, really was the perfect storm. My
Yeah,
favorite part
it
of this
looks
clip is
stupid.
when
It
the
looks
player
like rage bait.
really unavoidable damage, you know, the sign of a truly high... Oh my god. You know, the sign of a truly high
Holy
quality
voice crack.
What really elevated this whole thing to a whole other level, though, were the Toon Souls guy's responses to the replies on his tweet. Regardless if it's some random guy shitting on the game, or someone giving honest words of
Yo,
it.
what?
Regardless if it's some random
We see it, we just ignore it because it's ass. That is... Wait, they got ratioed in their own comment section. Fucking 325 to 8 and 2 to 0. That's crazy work.
guy shitting on the game, or someone giving honest
Y'all complaining about raw food before it's done. Brother, just cook some more. It'll come out good. I mean, that's genuine criticism. That, like, genuine feedback. If they were to continue working on it, maybe, just maybe, it could come out good. Doesn't beat the copyright allegations, but still, if you think it's good, and it needs more time, and people tell you it needs more time, maybe give it a bit more time. Just saying. Also, again, ratioed.
words of encouragement, he almost always replies with the same set of hearts, just like he did all the way back to the people on my replies last year. Some things truly never change, huh? Because of this,
It's almost like a
blowing
fucking
up as
bot
much as
account.
it actually
How much
spawned
that
some
doesn't
of its own
change.
new controversies that have origins predating the viral post. So we might as well go over those as well. First up, we have the AI allegations. This was
What a surprise, am I right?
since in almost every reply section of someone trying to defend Toon Souls, there will almost always be someone bringing up the fact that the dev used AI. For starters, almost
What?
always be
Hold
someone
on.
bringing
I
up the
like
fact
looking at these so I can get the full picture. Honestly, this is a cool idea, Toon Souls guy. This guy is an AI slop monger. Oh,
the
great.
dev used AI. For starters, a lot of people seem to think that the tweets the Toon Soul guy is posting
The creator of this game is just an AI slop game scammer that uses AI to make the game for them with AI responses to comments. That's what I was saying. And is just blatantly lying to gain attention and hopefully a few dollars from gullible people.
are AI generated, since they're all
Yeah, that's
very
not a surprise.
repetitive in nature, but I really don't think that's the case. I genuinely think this guy has nothing better to do all day than respond to people on Twitter, and he's responding to the same types of
What a
posts over and
surprise.
over, so everything
What? You're telling me people on Twitter that are trying to get attention for stuff are kind of crazy? Who would have thought? There's a reason I don't use Twitter, despite me having a Twitter account. Don't go looking at my Twitter account.
ends up looking a little samey. I think it's
There's a chance he's using AI to translate/format his tweets, however. Hold on, what did he say?
responding to the same types of posts over and over, so everything ends up looking a little samey. I think it's really just that simple. However, these allegations
know
get a
what
little more
point of that
real.
footnote
when we
was, but
take a
okay.
Swing over to the Toon Souls YouTube community tab. Here,
Oh,
there
no.
are multiple posts clearly showing that the Toon Souls guy has 100%
It's
been
all
using
the same
AI.
thing.
And that's just the stuff that's easy to find. There are also examples of him using an AI background from over a year ago in this video, showing off some kind of home area in the game.
Really?
And then in another video, this room shows up again, completely regenerated for some reason, except this time, it has random skulls he actually drew, just thrown around.
Yeah,
the
you can
area.
tell that they're slapped on in post because they don't match in with the environment at all. The lighting is completely off. They just look like PNGs that have been slapped there. The shading isn't even correct. Like, the shade on the wall is wrong.
This time, it has random skulls he actually drew, just thrown around the area. And for some reason, if you still need more
Those
proof,
skulls
the
are
fairly
fucking
reliable
everywhere.
AI image detector, Was It AI, seems to agree very strongly that a lot of this stuff is AI. Not that
What a
these sites are
surprise.
totally accurate or anything, but in my experience,
Yeah.
they definitely
A lot of those AI image detectors, like stuff you use to find out if an image was in fact AI, tend to not be the most accurate, but it can give you an idea of how much AI is used. Sometimes it's wildly inaccurate. You really have to trust your sources and find good sources, but sometimes they can actually give you a good idea of the level of AI being used or if there is in general. But again, fact checking is important. You can't just rely on one tool and say, cool, figured it out. Reverse image searching is usually pretty handy as well. Like, is this AI? Yes, it's AI. Okay, let me reverse image search it, see if I can find anything similar, and you can sort of compare and contrast to see what things match. But yeah, looking at it, kind of looks AI. Look at the skull back here. You got one eye down here, one eye up here, and this looks like it's supposed to be a nose. It's way too far forward. It just looks like another eye. You can't even see a mouth. This one doesn't even have any eyes. Actually, I think there's two eyes right here, but then it's like doing the Kubrick stare. Its head is down. Yeah, I think it might be right on this one. Also, what is this window? Why does it have 4 things? Or 3 sets of crossbars. Normally it would only be 2. Or 1 even. Normally it'd be like one big one and then one across the center. Usually. Granted, that's not really proof of anything, but still, it's very strange. Even these beams up the top. Like, this beam right here just melds into this wooden beam with no seam at all. But this one back here does, and so does this one. Yeah, I would believe it's AI. Also, this beam back here melds into the stone. And by meld, I mean it just, like, phases in and becomes part of it without any sort of, you know, seam of wood here, stone here. if that makes any sense.
Hit more than they miss, like something he obviously drew passed with flying colors. Oh, and there's also shit like this on his Twitter, just sitting out in the open.
Don't use AI, make your own game, don't use... What? This doesn't even make any sense. Probably because it's AI generated. So, don't use... Go that way. Make your own game engine, go that way, but both of them don't use AI. What don't use doesn't make any sense. Also, why is there a nail? I mean, I know it's AI generated, but why is there a nail right there going into nothing? This wrench is incredibly long and it has no other end. It's also bent at a 45-degree angle for some reason. I don't know, looking at AI images is always really entertaining to, like, look at what's wrong and how it's wrong. This apple, instead of having a leaf, has a feather. This brain is just floating. This brain is half melted off the side of the book. There's just a random question mark over here. Like, what is happening in this image? This book, the pages are falling out.
Specifically about Toon Souls. So yeah, this kinda sucks. As AI
Putting it
improves
mildly.
and the line between
Look how pretty
human-made
this game
content and
is.
AI-made content starts to blur more and more, it's super important to support real artists.
I agree.
Including those working in the games industry, where I'm sure AI bullshit is being pushed even harder. So to
We've
see
seen it being pushed.
this low,
It's terrible.
Just embarrassing. So pretty easily, we can confirm that the Toon Souls AI allegations are absolutely, without a doubt, 100% correct. Now we have to talk about a more...
Okay, I don't really agree with that. You can never fully prove that something is AI, unless it's incredibly blatant, like the image we just saw before. But at the very least, it's highly probable. We don't have any 100% confirmed proof because, you know, to do that, we'd have to see behind the scenes.
Sensitive topic. The sympathy baiting allegations.
Oh,
this all
God.
stems from a lot of what the Toon Soul guy posts on his Twitter, which, to boil it down, is basically him saying repeatedly that his mother passed away.
I started making this game to give my mother a better life. We are poor and lack basic necessities. However, my mother passed away because she didn't have money for medical treatment. All she asked was for me to continue the game. It was all she could leave to improve my life. That, as it was all she could leave to improve my life? You're making the game, not her. Why would she leave that to you? What? This doesn't make any sense, but is also the most basic, like, sympathy bait shit I've ever seen. My mother died, and it was her final wish for me to finish this game and become rich. I'm poor and dying. Please help me. Like, it's so terrible.
He's very poor.
Don't get me wrong. Absolutely could have a dying or dead mother. I'm not trying to make fun of that. It's the sympathy baiting that I have zero respect for and I'm making fun of. Just feel like I should clear that up. Say something bad about my game. It looks like if AI tried to make an extension to Cuphead, but does it really poorly. What does he reply with? You are right, this is a simple game made by a poor guy. Bruh, okay? And
that her final wish was for him to finish Toon Souls.
my mother didn't leave me any material possessions, but she told me and agreed with me that she would leave me this job as an inheritance to help me since she couldn't leave me a house or cars or objects. She said she would leave me this job to change my life. What job? Making a game? Yeah, I doubt she left that to you because that's not how being a game dev works. Last I checked, I can't just die and hand over the reins to somebody else and say, yeah, this guy, he inherited my job. What? Yeah, nepotism, absolutely a thing. Look at Pirate Software. But this is a nothing burger. Were you working on the game before she died and it was your thing? Or was it her thing and you just took over the keys? In which case, I'm pretty sure she'd be very upset that you are using AI to, you know, make something she was already working on no longer have its identity. Its identity, not Toon Souls' identity.
Not
Anyway.
only is this still happening now,
Oh, wait,
this
I
was
should go
also
back.
saying repeatedly that his mother passed away, he's very poor, and that her final wish was for him to finish Toon Souls. Not only is this still happening now, this was also happening around a month after he initially tweeted at me. I actually
What a
almost made
surprise.
a video about this specific situation on my second channel back when I was more active there, because a lot of people at the time just assumed he was lying for sympathy. I ended up not doing it because
Most times, look, you can kind of tell when someone is trying to sympathy bait and when someone is trying to genuinely share what's going on in their life, because a sympathy bait will try to get you to feel bad or sympathetic in a way that gives them some form of gain, while genuine non-sympathy bait of the same sort of thing is usually just an update on a situation, and then like if you feel the need, or if you want to support XYZ, or if there is something you want to do, check out this thing. Not pushing it, but having it as like a footnote for like a if you want to, rather than a please do the thing because they're dying. You know what I mean? Like, there's a way to do it right, and there's a way to do it wrong. This is the wrong way to do it, 1,000%. Like, if I were in a struggling position, I wouldn't be going, guys, I'm dying. I need like 10 gifted subs right now, or I'm gonna be homeless and I won't be able to make content for you guys, and it'll be sad, and you guys will miss me, and I'll probably end up dying and get cancer and die on the streets of starvation. Like, that's the wrong way to do it. But if I'm gonna preface, I'm not actually in a financial struggle. I am okay, but I'm just doing this as an example. If I were to actually be trying to do that sort of thing, I'd be like, yeah, at the moment, I'm not doing terribly well financially. I have some problems, and like housing is a bit of an issue, and there is the possibility of that going on, and I am struggling. So if you do want to support, absolutely, I love it. I really appreciate it, and I will do as best I can to give something back to you guys for that support. But it is a bit of a struggle at the moment, and I'll try to keep you guys updated as much as I can. Like, it'll be that sort of thing. There's a difference. One is trying to make you feel bad to give me the money. The other is just updating you while also saying that there is that possibility for the extra support, but it's a give and take, if that makes sense. And I feel like it is a very slippery slope for people to be asking for that kind of help and just have people online be going, no, sympathy bait, die, scammer. It's tough. It really is.
How do you even talk about this? There's no real proof this guy's mom is dead or not.
Yeah,
So you
exactly.
rightfully look like a complete asshole trying to say otherwise. So, in good faith to the Toon Souls guy, I'm going to talk about this situation as if his mom did pass away. With that said, he
That
will
is a
quite literally
great way to do it.
not stop posting about this to get.
Oh my god. Dude's bringing out the Google Docky. Holy shit. I'm trying to go back to that other one. Brother, I'm being so genuine. This looks like shit from a butt. Okay, Nakey Jakey. That's not being genuine. That's being inhumane. Believe me. Also, why does he never put a space after his periods? Like, it's inhumane, period, believe. Not inhumane, period, space, believe. Grammar. Oh no, he does it down here with necessities, however. A lot of the time he does. Sorry, it's a bit of grammar that's annoying me. It's being inhumane. Believe me, you can do better. You can say the same thing in different ways because the game is still in development and game is turning out well. Also, double space right there. Sorry, I keep pointing out the grammatical incorrections, but still. Okay, the art style, music, vibe, combat, and the end idea are nearly one-to-one ripoffs of Cuphead. This isn't innovative, isn't creative, it's stealing homework, but getting a couple answers wrong so you don't get caught. Is that genuine enough? Damn, this commenter is fucking cooking him alive. And he's ratioing him at every turn. 234 to 13 and 121. Holy shit. I started making this game to give my mother a better life. We are poor, lack many basic necessities. However, my mother passed away because she didn't have any money for medical treatment. All she asked was for me to continue this game as it was all she could leave to improve my life. Wait. I need to make it better. Hold on. There we go. It's all she could do to improve my life. How's that? How's that? 10 out of 10 thespian troupe? Think I can get my Oscar yet? L acting? Fuck. I gotta practice. I've been following for a while. I sent you a message a while back about my thoughts on how you approach the design factor for this game. I think you have a solid groundwork, but you're missing fundamental game development practices. Additionally, on the hook halfway through, you experience a hardship per your words/post. This clearly lost your plot. This clearly lost your plot and created a rougher than normal experience/expectation of the game. From the development I've seen a year ago to the development you're sharing now, the only thing that has changed is you sharing your unfinished promoted AI art and asking for advice. This is exactly what I mentioned in my DM to you a while back. My honest feedback is that you should sit down, revisit the goal and purpose of your identity in the game, and make decisions on solidifying mechanics and building. You seem to be in the scope is lost phase. That's very good advice. Genuinely. They weren't attacking him, they weren't putting him down. They were just like, here's my thoughts, here's what I've told you before, things haven't changed, here's what you can do. That's great. Like 10 out of 10. Absolutely fantastic way to give feedback. Genuinely. I'm not even being sarcastic. This is fantastic. As it reads, you only saw things about AI because my mother's death. I'm living on the streets. I don't have any money to rent a house. My game is simple and my game is simple game made by a poor person who will be happy to be able to buy food and rent a home to live in with these sales. A simple life make me happy. There we go. Sorry, I can't help it. It's so overly dramatic and silly, I can't not. Holy shit, man.
Gain sympathy.
Ah, shit. These are going by rapid fire. I'm not doing it again. I'm just gonna read these normally now. I'm a simple and poor person. I started this project to help with my mother. God, I fucking hate reading these. It's so weirdly formatted. I started this project to help my mother have a better life. Unfortunately, my mother died because she did not have the medical treatment. Believe me, we put a lot of effort and hard work, but of course within our time and money limitations. As you should, yeah, but don't know where AI comes into this. Revise your lines correctly. You are stuttering. I'm aware. I suck at reading. Keep making apologies for low effort mediocrity, and all you'll get is low effort mediocrity. I mean, where's the lie? If bro's poor, how the fuck does he have money for the check mark? True! That is a great point. I didn't even think of that. If he's poor, how does he have the blue check mark on Twitter? You have to pay like $4.95 for that, don't you? Hold on, let me check how much it costs. How much is Twitter check mark? It is $8 a month. If he's poor, why and how is he paying for the Twitter blue check mark? Yeah, I'm sniffing a whiff of something shitty, and it's coming from this guy's asshole.
From people giving.
No, I missed it again. I don't use AI. I recently lost my mother. Oh my god, it's the same thing again. Okay, I recently lost my mother. She passed away, and I had to stop working to deal with everything related to her death. I also had another problem. I'm poor and my computer broke down. Computers don't break down, they just break. Right now I can't work on the game, and I'm saving money to buy a simple computer. Then maybe take a lot of that money you're using on the blue check mark and put it into buying a computer. Why do you reply to every critique with a sub-story about your mother? Looking through your tweets, you've been saying the same thing for over a year. I think, look, grieving sucks. It takes a while and people react to it differently. Like, I recently lost my doggo, like, I think over a month ago by now. I think it was about a month ago. I lost her recently, is the point. I got over it pretty quickly because I was prepared for it. I knew it was coming. It was just a matter of time. And it affected me for a few days. I was very absent. Like, everything just felt wrong because she wasn't there. And sure, it didn't take very long for me to get past it, but I know for some people it can take a while. Usually though, I don't think it takes more than a year. Actually, I want to Google this. How long does it take to get past the grieving process? How long does it take to stop grieving? There's no set timeline. The intense, overwhelming pain of early grief typically softens over the first 6 to 12 months. Okay, I was a little wrong then. It's about a year, but even still, goddamn, man. Why do you have to post about it every single time? It probably doesn't help.
People giving him criticism.
Oh my god, these are flying by. Sorry, I want to read all of them. Stop doing this. Stop trying to guilt people like this. You've done it so many damn times that it's completely lost its meaning. Absolutely, yeah, it would. Notice how they're deleting a lot of their posts as well, or their replies.
Criticism.
Guilt tripping replies with a lol. You made a shitty AI generated game no one wants to play, then tried to you tried guilt tripping people into playing it, and literally no one cares. Apparently people care now. Because apparently it blew up. Desperate as fuck to pull out the dead mother guilt trip. He really is desperate.
Count and look up.
Don't you know, guys? He's just a poor dude who lost his mother. Why are you posting this over and over? He's trying to guilt trip people about, yeah.
Mother, there are so many tweets.
I'm gonna go back now because
he will quite literally not stop posting about this to gain sympathy from people giving him criticism. If you go on his account and look up Mother, there are so many tweets. It's
okay, I'm not reading all that. Jesus fucking Christ.
He's actively using her death as a way to promote the game as well, with countless tweets like, the game's story will be about life and death. My mother passed away, and it will be a reflection on life and death. Wishlist on Steam to get notified at release. Losing that close to you is probably
that's kind of based. My mother died. Wishlist on Steam to be notified. My dog got kicked and ran over by a car. Wishlist this game on Steam about dogs dying so you can be notified about release. That's kind of funny. I mean, don't be wrong, it's fucked up. It's very wrong, but the way it's so blatant is kind of funny. Let's go back a bit.
My mother passed away, and it will be a reflection on life and death. Wishlist on Steam to get notified at release. Losing someone that close to you is probably the worst thing in the world.
Absolutely,
I don't know what I'll do when my own mom passes away. However, I can guarantee you that I won't be bringing it up every single chance I get to farm constant sympathy and to put any potential people giving me criticism in an awkward spot.
Exactly. People that bring up tragedy over and over and put it into every single conversation are usually manipulating you in some way, typically emotionally, trying to guilt trip you into gaining something. In this case, it's your money. It's like that Rock tweet, ripped the Queen of England, missed out on my new movie out in cinemas or something like that. Is that a real tweet? No. I need to find that. That can't be a real tweet. Oh my god, you're right, it is. What the fuck? Rest in peace to Her Majesty the Queen Elizabeth II, a great woman who sat on the throne as long as anyone in British history. Sad she'll never get to see the release of Black Adam in theaters October 21st. What the fuck? No way that's real. That can't be real. No, that can't be real. It does say fact or fiction. No way this is real. Okay, The Rock never actually wrote it. Meme began. Okay. It's not real. That is a crazy meme, though. I would not put it past him doing that, to be honest. That's insane.
Like, come on, man. Hopefully I cover that alright. Like I said, it's a hard topic to bring up, but it's also pretty much impossible to ignore given how relevant it is to this whole thing. Anyway, we're pretty—
Yeah, on one hand, if his mother is actually dead, that sucks. I feel really bad for her, but at the same time, stop fucking bringing it up. It's making you look bad and like a manipulative piece of shit. If she's not dead, you're still a manipulative piece of shit, but you're also lying to gain clout and money, so eat a dick even more.
Pretty much done talking about the Toon Souls Twitter controversy now. But going through all this stuff got me curious. What other games has the Toon Souls guy made? I mean, he
nothing, I bet.
These other two games on his Twitter that use the exact same assets as Toon Souls, including the fuck-ass lipstick dragon. So I might as well check those out,
dragon.
Right?
Hey, it's Mouse PI for hire.
A few dollars each. What's the worst that could happen?
$3. What's the worst that could happen? Is probably the last thing I want to ask.
Pinball Toon. So let's boot it up and see what it's all about.
Oh god, the random static.
Are we fucking
No.
doing that? Oh,
You can hear. Okay, I don't know if you guys caught it. You can hear the static loop. Well, the loop. You can hear it start over again as if you just copy pasted the MP3 file so that it just plays again. Listen. Right there.
are we
Nah.
fucking dead at? Oh. Oh, okay. Okay, this is what we're dealing with.
Not
Got
to
it.
mention
Cool.
the
After
dragon was
turning
on a
that
loop
down
too.
Significantly, I got into the actual game and yep, this sure is pinball. I mean, this isn't actually that bad or anything from a basic control standpoint, and the physics feel mostly fine, so that's good. But
It's because
a
it's one of the
little too
easiest
punishing
fucking
for
things you
being
can
the
do.
First level of this, you have to use the ball to take out the Toon Souls enemies scattered around the board, but you can only mess up 3 times, and the amount of enemies you have to kill is not only super high,
kill
but it also
29.
changes each time you start a new run for some reason. I don't really know, but
Why would you
hey, this
randomize
could
it?
definitely be worse. One really weird thing about this game, however, is that it lets you choose between these 2 different bug characters before you start the game. But as far as I can
What do I look like, a fucking clown to you?
tell, it literally affects nothing. The
Oh,
only
wow, you
place
get to
I
pick
found that
between
actually
B
shows
and
your
pink.
character is the death screen, but it only ever shows the male one, even if you're playing as the female character. Strange. Very
Bruh.
strange. But yeah,
They
that's
didn't
pretty
code
much all
shit.
this is. I'm sure if I was more of a pinball buff, this would be more offensive, but
I'm not kidding. You could probably slap this together in 20 minutes. Because as long as you've got the assets and know how to put them in, I'm sure you can find like a pinball, I don't know how to put it, like stock asset, where you just take the base code of the game, slap it into, I don't know, Godot, and then put in your own assets to over the top of everything, and then bam, you have it done. Or you actually code it, and that takes a little bit of template. Yes, thank you. Template is the word I was looking for. And then you so you put in your own code, you code it yourself, takes a little bit longer, sure, but even like Scratch, you could put it together in like an hour. Like it's one of the easiest things you could do. And then with like the chromatic aberration, it's just a filter. The fuck ass film grain, just a filter. The music, it's just a loop. Audio sound effects, royalty free sound effects online, takes 2 minutes.
I'm not, so...
You could genuinely throw this together in an
Yeah, it should
afternoon.
be. Pinball machines are pretty fucking cool, I can't lie. No
They
time
are.
to get into that, though. We have to move on to the next game, Toon.
Oh god. Same loop.
Oh wow, yeah, we're really doing this again, huh? Not only are we doing this again, aka the menus and the UI are the exact same as Pinball Toon, down to the useless character
Oh my
screen that
God.
affects nothing, still being here, but this time it's like
Of course it's Unity.
significantly worse somehow. This is one of those evil games that hides your mouse and locks it in the window. So I genuinely had no idea what I was doing and couldn't even progress into the actual game until I hooked up a controller and forced my way in like that. Why does
Oh
it
my-
lock the fucking mouse?
God.
It's literally an FPS game, though. This is especially embarrassing, considering this game is a Doom clone. And you'd probably want to play that with a...
Doom clone. Literally Doom. The first Doom. How is... It's Doom. Look at this low-res fucking Mario 64-ass fucking castles image. Wait for it to be an info stealer or something. Oh, that would not surprise me. But no, considering it's probably AI generated, shit is terrible. Have you seen AI generated models? They actually don't have anything under the surface. Was it fucking AI generated 3D model? They actually don't have anything underneath the surface other than really poorly optimized models itself, but they don't have any weight paint, or they have incorrect weight paint. Read a model weight paint. Oh, I can't find any good examples, but like they don't have bones, they don't have any rigging, they're sometimes looking pretty bad, and then the weight paint just won't exist. No, I'm just finding all regular weight paint. Weight painting, by the way, is basically just like how things move and like this sequence of events sort of thing, from what I understand. Not a 3D modeler, not a 3D rigger. I don't fully understand. It's only what I've heard. But it like, you can 3D generate a model, sure, but you have to do everything else other than the modeling as well. It just doesn't work.
Mouse and keyboard for obvious reasons. But fine, controller it is. The actual gameplay objective here...
Also, I'm gonna have to move myself, actually. AI-generated handgun model. Look at it. It's supposed to be a 3/4 view. It's not 3/4. The hand is clipping into the gun. It's got no trigger. It's got no trigger guard. The cylinder is half pointing out of the gun. It's like, this is so obviously terrible AI. It's disgusting. Like, the hand is literally melting into the gun. There's a reason you don't use AI for this sort of stuff. It's because it doesn't work. So no layers for the models. Kind of. I'm talking 3D models. It's a little different for 2D models. I've never actually seen a AI-generated 2D VTuber model. That would be interesting to see, honestly. I would genuinely be interested to try it just to see how bad it is. That would be crazy.
Is actually structured pretty much the exact same way as Pinball Toon. There's a random amount of enemies to kill, and you have a limited amount of health and bullets to do it with. Movement-wise, it feels
I've made
fine,
games
but
like this
everything starts
before.
to fall apart when you realize this is an FPS game without a fucking crosshair. So not only are you dying in one hit from everything,
I've made
it's
shit
also
like this.
a pain
I'm
in
not
the
even
ass
kidding.
to
I've made shit like
land
this
a
before.
simple shot on any of these guys. Also, I just want to add, because I wasn't actually sure of this while I was writing the script, because I'm not much of an FPS person, but Doom also doesn't have a crosshair, but that game keeps the gun centered, so you always know your shots are going to be going down the center at all times, while in Doom...
Not only that, in Doom, when you fire, the bullets actually sort of snap to enemies a bit, because there was no real way to predict where your bullets were going to go. Having it in the center, though, was kind of handy. It was like a line from this side of the hand to, like, this side, and just the entire screen up. As long as you had it in this, like, column, it would hit an enemy. It was a little different, but pretty much the same thing. And it was just a way to... Because you can't move up and down. You can only move side to side. You can't look up and down. At least from what I remember. I can only remember looking side to side. But the idea is that as long as you're looking close enough to the enemy, it'll hit.
Your shots are going to be going down the center at all times, while in Toon, your gun is like off to the side and on a weird angle on the drawing. So
yeah, it's a 3/4 and a 3/4 view.
You can like guess, but it's not consistent enough for a full game to like not have a crosshair. Like this needs a crosshair. The original Doom probably doesn't. Eventually, I got lucky and found a really powerful machine gun that let me beat the first level.
Yeah, it's just a random
but upon
minigun.
reaching the upgrade screen to continue forward, the broken ass UI wouldn't let me select anything with the keyboard,
my God.
controller, or mouse. Why can't I shoot bullets on the screen? What? Why am I... What the fuck? So I was pretty much forced to give up there. Another okay
that
game
hurts.
that I probably could have gotten further in, but I guess it just wasn't meant to be. Also,
Nope.
before we move on here,
I wonder
want
if
to
they
bring your
did any
attention to the
programming.
hilarious JPEG skybox this game has. Why is the background a fucking Why is the background...
It's such a low-res PNG.
So those games were...
You're gonna get anything high-res? Was that
nothing
144?
special, kinda broken.
Maybe
No,
14?
very broken in the case of the FPS one. But overall, they were super cheap and kinda harmless. I still have more questions than answers here,
overall.
though. Like, who the fuck were those useless bug characters? Also, neither of those games really gave me a good idea of if the Toon Souls guy would even be able to make a good Cuphead clone. So,
Nope.
can he even do that?
No.
I decided
Are
to
you
dig
kidding
a little
me?
bit deeper to try and see if the Toon Souls guy had ever made any games similar to Cuphead. And while the only games he's ever made under the Toon Crafter alias on Steam are the ones I just talked about, I decided to check out the games made by his publisher, simply known as Indie Games Publisher.
Oh
That's
my
not
God.
Suspicious. No.
Yeah, not in the slightest.
Anyway,
They're definitely not gonna have your information
here.
harvested.
Oh. Oh my, oh, okay, oh, okay. All right, so
$30.
this is an entirely different can of worms from everything else we've talked about thus far. If it wasn't obvious,
I'm looking at this right now.
Indie Games publisher is just the Toon Souls guy. And for some reason, he's split his games among a bunch of different aliases on Steam. But they're all still under the same publisher?
Oh, wow. Most of them are gone. It's only these 4 remaining. And yeah, they're $30. Holy shit. 2022, 2022, 2022, and 2024. These are like a month apart each. Wait. The first one came out in 2024, but then 2, 3, and 4 came out in 2022, so he re-released it. Check the reviews? I was about to. Oh, it has full controller support for the old Steam controller. Let's go. Mostly negative. TSPMO. Please don't buy this, buy Cuphead. Certainly not worth purchasing. There needs to be an adventure mode for this to be good to play. This game sucks my spider balls. After playing the 4th one, I'm slightly content with this game. Still can't recommend it any positive way though. This game has little to no features, can be played online, and has some of the worst hitboxes and random enemy placement you can expect. Anything that touches you kills you instantly, and pressing retry doesn't retry what you were just doing, but puts you in another random level. There are about 4 levels, there are 3 bosses in the trailer, and the 4th is just a randomly generated upward scrolling levels with enemies randomly placed. Oh my god. The bottom one is peak? Holy shit. I was not expecting that in the slightest. What the fuck?
So, I'm not really sure what the point of that was. Immediately, you will also notice that the rest of these games outside of the 2 I already talked about are not cheap at all. In fact,
like, look. All of them are gone. Oh, wait, because I looked at animatics. I didn't look at biscuits. Let me look at biscuits, see if I can find that. Biscuits. Oh, yep, found them. They have no reviews. Every single one of them have no reviews. But they're also $30 each. Yeah, I'm not looking at those.
These games actually cost more than Cuphead. I am dead fucking
That's
For the
nuts.
sake of my wallet, I'm only going to be buying and trying out 4 of these games. Those being the 4
4?
different animatics games.
That's
because
too
they
much.
really feature those weird bug characters. So maybe I'll finally get some goddamn answers.
I hope this man refunded those games.
As
Jesus
for the
Christ.
5 different Biscuits games the Toon Souls guy has made, that's okay, you can keep them. The 5th game
Yeah, I'm
in that set
good.
is also $10 more expensive than all the other games, so yeah, I'm good, boss. Alright, let's just get this over with.
I hope this
Starting
man
with the
refunded these
first
games.
Game, animatics. Okay, there we go.
Better
Some actual
music.
music this time. Maybe this won't be so bad. Heading
Stock
over to the
music,
main
but
menu
still.
And, wait. This is the same goddamn main menu from the last 2 games.
What a
Character
surprise.
select screen. Except this time, it actually fucking works. So
Hey,
let me get this straight.
progress.
The Toon Souls guy made this menu for animatics and decided to just copy paste it over for his Toon games without removing the character select, even though it does nothing in said games. Bravo, absolute cinema, no notes. Take me home, I'm done here. All right, whatever. Let's get into the action.
Why remove perfection when it's already perfected? Big day for a swell battle. Now go.
Lost music privileges now. Got it. Well, as you can see.
Yeah, sit in silence and think about what you've done, bozo.
Finally, we're on topic again. The controls are not very good, like, at all, and the default bullets are like these weird, sad bullets that just flop
Oh my
down
god,
when
they're
you
just
fire them.
circles.
But I mean, maybe the bosses can still be good? This first one is a centaur dude that literally just stands there and does nothing, while a bunch of wheels try and kill you. The way the wheels roll out is completely random, and sometimes you end up in situations that you are quite literally forced to die in. I was genuinely kind of baffled by this, so I decided to exit.
It's probably
at the
literally
pause,
random.
check the controls and see if there was a dash or double jump or something I was missing. But nope, the game is really just set up like this.
Yeah,
All right,
why would
well,
there
I
be?
can
That's too much
probably
work,
get
don't you
lucky with
know?
the wheels and beat this guy. I mean, he's the first boss. It can't be that hard. Let's just hop back in and. Why is the level different? What the fuck?
Like the review was
What the fuck is
saying.
this? Okay, so now the game is a vertical auto-scroller where you need to kill a bunch of bugs while climbing up floating leaves. Hey, that's great, man. Just one question. Where the hell did the boss fight go? I'm so serious when I say I could not get that centaur boss to appear again. Every time I reset the game and tried again, it would only give me this shitty climbing level in a variant of it with wood instead of leaves. I couldn't even get past this part either, because for some reason, turning left and right in this game is like playing a round of slots where you have to hit the 777 jackpot.
Oh no, you can't even turn correctly.
So yeah, that's animatics.
What can you say? He's a smooth criminal.
But I guess the game just doesn't want me to see it. And you know what? That's fine by me. More expensive than Cuphead, by the way. Just wanted to remind you. Well, that sucked. At least we still have 3 more of these games to check out, though.
God, I hate these fucking things, unblinking, unmoving faces.
The series he got. Only one way to find out. Let's dive into Animatics 2.
Hey, we have sound effects. It's a beat 'em up. And he's dead immediately.
No, seriously, like, what are we even doing here? Alright, so Animatics 2 is not another Cuphead clone, and is instead a genuinely terrible beat-em-up game for some reason. I don't really get the point of beat-em-ups if the gameplay is going to be like completely different, but whatever, man, you do you, I guess. This game has full online multiplayer for some reason, which is very funny considering absolutely nobody is playing this shit. I didn't even try the multiplayer for this video. Do you really think I could convince anyone to buy this?
No.
Thankfully,
honestly, I would, just because it's funny enough.
Even without a full party. So I was still able to try it out, and yep, this is sure a bad beat-em-up. TMNT Shredder's Revenge has nothing on this absolute masterclass of game design.
Absolute cinema.
Attacks for the playable game.
I also just realized something on this spider thing. You can see right around like its legs and some of the like harsh intersection points. You can see that they like cut it out of a PNG. It's not actually a PNG. The boys hop on Animatics 2.
For the playable
yeah, we're gonna get the squad in. Better lock in.
By the way, I couldn't even be bothered to play more than like 5 minutes of this. I'm gonna be real. I don't really know what I was expecting here, but it was definitely not this. But don't worry, guys. This game specifically.
Oh my god, it has different facial animations.
Apparently. So that makes everything acceptable. Anyway, we still have 2 more of these games to look at.
It actually has different facial animations. It's not just a static face. What the? Welcome to hell, guys. Wait, can you not move and jump at the same time? I eventually figured this out, but
never mind.
This clip.
I don't even.
What? But this clip is way more entertaining.
Never mind. I don't even want to talk about this one. We are so far
don't.
removed from the Animatics series being about Cuphead at this point that I don't even think I can predict what the hell this last game is going to be. Let's just get this over with.
It's fucking getting over with Benefati, of course. Someone really likes the Cuphead aesthetic.
Okay, so now we've lost the plot completely. We've gone from a Cuphead clone to a beat-em-up to whatever the fuck the third game was, to now a straight-up ripoff of Getting Over It. Considering Getting Over It is even cheaper than Cuphead, that means the price difference between these games is even more insane. Which, you know, that's just great. I had actually never played Getting Over It before making this video, but I wanted to be as fair as possible to Animatics 4, for some reason. So,
yeah, for some reason.
Getting Over It. So
Getting Over It is actually well made. It's kind of good.
Easily able to climb over the first obstacle with only a little bit of effort, even with the purposely weird controls. In Animatics 4, I struggled to do anything, got stuck in a corner, had to reset the game to get out of the corner, tried again, and still couldn't get past the first obstacle. So,
oh my
what a surprise.
God.
It's just a significantly worse version of Getting Over It. Who could have seen that?
Who would have thought?
That was the last game I bought, so we're done here. Thank God. I spent like
not pre-watched.
$90 on all these terrible games, huh? Well, it could have been worse. I could have also bought Biscuits 5, but I didn't, so...
Why is there 5 of them? When has there ever been a good 5th iteration of anything? Now that I think about it, Black Ops Cold War was actually kind of good. Never mind, I take it back.
The video is good and the algorithm doesn't ignore me. But I don't know. I might have to say it 4 times just to be sure. Tune in next time when I permanently delete Animatics 3 from my Steam account. I've been uhyeah, and I'll see you all next time.
I wonder if he posted this video 5 times. Jesus Christ, that was crazy. That was a wild ride. I was not expecting this to go on. Check out, in the link in the description. Go support the original video. It's really well made. Dude suffered for our, I wouldn't even say enjoyment, suffered for our learning, I guess? Elder Scrolls 5? Nah, I don't like Skyrim. I still think Skyrim is bad. But this was interesting. Fuck you then. Fuck you too, Potato. Yeah, so check out the original video. Absolutely deserves the love. He suffered for our entertainment. And if you're new around here, consider subscribing. I upload daily. Check out all links in the description. I greatly appreciate it. Be sure to follow me on Twitch. I stream twice a week, every Wednesday and Friday. Also every now and then when we do little reactions like this. If you want to be notified of exactly when I go live, feel free to join the Discord. I notify everyone of exactly when I go live. Also, feel free to suggest things to react to down in the comments, or again, over in Discord. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you to my patrons. I love you guys. We are still currently watching Arcane and Freerun over there, so be sure to check out Freerun while it lasts. We have one more episode left, and that goes up, as of recording this, next week. So I think it's also next week when this goes up. We'll see. But that's going to be it from me. I thank you all very much for your patronage.